Yo, this is the old story, but we're talking on Dame Dash, who lost an entire company for $100. Admittedly, Monteza said that this was his way of getting back at Dame Dash for past issues. Apparently, the former Rockefeller head deserved a jab after making the Muddy Water CEO sit through years of litigation issues. All he wanted was Dame Dash to handle their differences like grown adults, but he went through all the courts and he's done in the past. He's just a problem. He has an ego. Let's put this in perspective. Dame Dash does have an ego. He is right about Dame Dash. And his ego is that I'm always right. I'm Dame Dash. You guys are all fools. And this is what made Dame Dash a person that people say he's hard to work with. We don't want to work with Dame Dash. We want to work with Jay-Z. That's the problem. Is his ego. And the problem with the ego is that people around you, when you have the ego, you got around you yes men. And those yes men don't tell you when to stop. Because they're being paid by you. What you need is people to put you into check and say, yo, you get your ego down, you step down a bit. Yo, you apologize. And so on and so forth. But they don't have that people. Dame never had those people around him. That's why he's fallen so far. And I think he still has a slight bit of an ego on him, even to this day. I think he's just a bitter coming from where he was to where he is. And he just blames everybody else and doesn't look at himself in the mirror. I remember reading about a woman who he was renting a mansion from. And for some strange reason, he cut up all the carpets before he left. So he owed the woman rent money for the place he was staying at. And he destroyed the place and destroyed the carpet. And said, why did he do this? You need to ask Dame Dash that. For him being on stage with likes of Jay-Z and Ye, I mean, Mustard says, where are your peers doing good? Why are your peers doing good constructively and you're just playing games with others? With the likes of Jay-Z and Ye. Okay, let's look at Ye. Ye is like Kanye West. That's what they call him now. He was doing well. So sit down and say, well, Ye's doing well, and Ye was doing well. He was on the level of becoming a billionaire at one point. He was on that level. But a little bit of hubris got to Ye. And he went on the Drink Champs and he started yapping his mouth. Yap. I can say anything. I'm so big. I can say anti-Semitic stuff. Adidas, they won't drop me. I'm too big to be dropped. I'm making too much money for them. Yo, they dropped Ye. I know. With Ye, it's more of a self-destruction rather than just a fall off. Because if he kept his mouth shut, everything would have worked out for him. He would have been on the level of Michael Jordan. Maybe it's his bipolar. Who knows? I think it is him just being to a point where he got so big he thought, I'm actually this big to a point where I'm selling trainers that look butt ugly. And people lining up in the stores to buy them. Even I couldn't believe it. Even the people selling the trainers were like, these trainers are butt ugly. But good Kanye's attached to it, man. People are buying them like crazy. And you got let's say that now that's Ye out the way. Is he doing well? He's still doing okay, better than Dame. Now Jay-Z, he's doing very well. But recently he's gotten a couple of L's. You know, when Nas has actually gotten the casinos and stuff like that. Jay-Z's been rejected for those things. And there's other L's coming in Jay-Z's way where he's becoming a mafia type bully in the music industry with Roc Nation. So a lot of people are like, bro, like academics are like, yo, this guy, they came and served me, man. Roc Nation came and served me. A lot of people saying they've been online talking about Roc Nation. They've been silenced. So, you know, if things could be, when you start to think you're bigger than you are, and you think you can just go around bullying people, eventually the people being bullied will come together and bully you back. And that could be something that might happen with Jay-Z, where he thinks, oh yeah, I got these Roc Nation lawyers and I can do whatever I want. Before you know it, yeah, you start to see the fall of Jay-Z. We're starting to see it right now where things are starting to backfire on him. Where at one point everything was just on and up and up and up with Jay-Z. Well, that was a little bit of detour. All of these seem to explain why he's insisting on filing defamation lawsuits against everyone, from Cameron to the Breakfast Club. Damn, Cameron as well. Hopefully with one sustainable court win he can pay off all of his debts. Moreover, it figures why he's so against towards interviewers like Charlemagne the God. Back in September, he threatened to fight the Breakfast Club host. Yo, all the way back in the early 2000s, he had like a confrontation with Charlemagne, calling him a bum and all sorts. So the new interview, I was like, man, what's gonna happen in this new interview with Damon Charlemagne? But at this time, Charlemagne's upped himself a bit. He was just like the Breakfast Club at that time. It was just starting out. Dame Dash, we still saw Dame Dash as this mogul coming off of the Rockefeller and the Rockefeller clothing line. So we still thought he had reasonably good money coming in, and I think he still had good money coming in back then. So he's throwing this all in Charlemagne's face. Charlemagne, he was just like on the come up back then. So I remember I started to see the Breakfast Club there. It was on. It was doing okay. It wasn't doing no big numbers, you know. It wasn't where it is now. Right now, it's like kind of like a staple of YouTube. I know it's going to Netflix, but you know, I mean, they ain't doing big numbers to that extent. Only certain times when they have like a big altercation, like 6ix9ine will come on, numbers will go into the millions. Other than that, you're getting 100,000, a couple 100,000 views. I don't think you keep the lights on, you know. But they got like different ways of making money in those type of ways when it comes to running an operation like that. So it ain't all about views. I can punch you right in the face right now like a grown man and you won't do it, Dame Dash claimed at the time. If we was on the street right now, you were talking like that, I would have effed you up. What? And what I'm saying is that you interrupt me and you saying certain things. Where I'm from, a masculine man would have effed you up. Damn. Look, Dame Dash coming across really ignorant as well, you know. So it's one of those things where he'll come on these little podcast thing that he has, and he'll kind of explain himself. But we don't even know really the logistics of what's going on behind the scenes between Dame Dash and this man. Because he claims the guy is trying to rip him off. But then this guy must have says that he's trying to like just talk to Dame Dash, and Dame Dash doesn't want to talk to him. But you can look at Dame Dash's behavior, and you can realize that this is not just a one-off. He's going after Charlemagne. He's going after Cameron. These are people, someone like Cameron, and even Jay-Z. These are previous collaborators, and he's just trying. He's trying to mess them up, man. It's like he's trying to sell parts of Reasonable Doubt. Jay-Z's blocking it. He's got a beef with Cameron. You got to wonder, like, is this just a one-off, or does Dame Dash have a problem? And it comes to me that Dame Dash may have a problem with people and an ego problem with himself, and he just doesn't want to look in the mirror and accept that sometimes you need to put your ego aside and act like a man. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'm out.